Hey guys, thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, remember to leave a like and or follow us depending on where you're watching. Also, if you're feeling generous, why not recommend us to a friend? You can check this show out as well as any other shows of the Power Up podcast out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you love listening to podcasts. Also, we are looking at having a couple of big names on the show for interviews, so if you have anyone you want us to chat to, let us know in the comments below or join our community Discord group. All links are in the description below. Thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you in the next Power Up podcast.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 93 and a half, let's call it. Being recorded live November 2nd, 2019. So we recorded and, live streamed episode 93, as we usually do, on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/Mitzer. Mitzer.com/culture_of_gaming, but that was apparently lost to the void. Mitzer, for some reason, didn't save the past broadcast, which is where Anthony might re-download it from to edit it and throw it up on YouTube and extract the audio and throw it up on Spotify and whatnot. And just in case this happens, I have OBS set to record, and it was recording. I have the video, just there was no audio to said video, even though when we were live there was audio. So I don't really know what to make to that. Anyway, so this one is going to be 93 and a half because regular 93 got lost to the void, and we were quite ready to make the jump from 92 to 94. Anyway, so I'm of course your host Taylor, and this week I'm of course joined by Anthony. How are you?
Doing pretty well, I'd say.
Good.
Haven't really been gaming a whole heap, I must say. It's kind of been playing some Apex here and there.
Okay. How's it going for you?
PC. I've kind of gotten good at it a little bit, but it's funny. Every time I go and play with someone else, I absolutely suck. But as soon as I'm not playing with anybody else, I'm just randoming.
I'm sure.
I get 2 or 3 kills. Never at all.
I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So aside from that, I have kind of been playing some. I actually got, because it was on Humble Bundle a while ago, or Humble Monthly, I should say. I got Surviving Mars.
Oh yeah, okay.
It is. So played through a little bit of that last night. So that's interesting. I don't know if I like it or not. It's a little too tactical for me. There's too much going on.
Okay.
And yeah, that's kind of it for me this week. I can't really think of anything else I've been playing. That's the majority of it. Played through some Mass Effect 2 as well for an hour, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah, not much gaming really. Just been watching stuff and studying and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah.
All right. And then this week, Andrew, you made your return. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. Hope you and your significant other had a nice anniversary.
Yeah, we did. It was pretty nice, but we're in Northern California, and there's been fires and power outages, so we had to deal with that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So bit of a bummer, but we had a good time.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. You've managed to play anything?
Yeah, a good amount actually in the last couple of weeks, I guess, since I've been on. So I put about 8 hours into the Outer Worlds.
Okay. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
There's a lot of outer stuff going on lately. So that game's basically Fallout.
Yeah.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah. It's Fallout, but small and smaller scale, I guess.
Okay.
I suppose. So you're not it's a first person RPG. You create your character, all that stuff. You have all these dialogue options. It's cool. I'm not itching to go back and play it. I don't know if it's because the combat is not great.
Are you kidding me?
Okay. I don't know. I've played, I got through the first world, whatever the heck it was called.
Yeah.
and I haven't quite gotten to the I can land on the second world, but I just don't want to. Like it's
Yeah.
not drawing me in at all.
That's about where I
Interesting.
stopped exactly. I did the first big decision, like the whole power routage thing.
Yeah.
What did you do with that?
Do we want to talk? Should we?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Did you do the good choice or the bad choice?
I don't know what's good and bad. That's what's cool.
Sure.
That's what is cool about this game is like this first choice. I mean, it's literally the first thing they task you to do is you either like you want to reroute the power to like the deserters, or you reroute the power to like the corporation town. Basically. So like that's your main moral choice. Like, hey, there's like a lot of people in this town, but sure, like it sucks and it's run by sucky people.
Yeah.
But, like there's a lot of people that are gonna be affected. Or like there's only like I don't know like 15 deserters. So you know, like do you want to reroute all the power there and like hope that they
do you want to keep people in tyranny and like not have freedom? You know.
Yeah, like, it's interesting. Yeah, it's definitely shades of gray.
Okay.
So
definitely,
it's cool. Like that part was cool. I found a way to skirt around it to make me feel pretty good about my decision. I don't know if you did this, Anthony, but
what did you do?
Okay, we're just gonna talk about
it.
Just spoilers. If you don't want to hear it,
it's not spoilers because we talked about like like what you can do. I routed the power back to the city.
Okay, sure.
Because like there's like a side character you get, and she's like from the city, and she's kind of like convinced me like that's the better thing to do. But then you can go in like that sounds bad, like, oh, I'm giving power back to the city, but because like I had like a high enough like speech skill, I kind of like
yeah.
Like did a thing.
We're not talking about DLC for Fallout, are we?
No, it's
okay.
But it is Fallout. It's basically like old Fallout. If you think of Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, this is that game.
Okay.
And it's even got like the what's the system called where you can select different body parts, but it's not
the VATS.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's not like that.
Yeah. So basically, instead of stopping time completely, it slows it down.
Yeah.
And then as you target you can like target a body part, and it'll like tell you what's gonna happen. Like you put it on their head, it's like, oh, it's gonna blind them if you shoot their head, or you have a chance to blind them.
Yeah.
Or like an arm, and you have a chance to maim them, or whatever.
Okay.
Chance to knock them down for like 3 seconds, or
yeah. So it's got that whole thing. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard. I couldn't get my controller working on the Game Pass for some reason. Maybe because it's a PS4 controller. That makes sense.
Possibly.
Yeah. But so it's a little. I'm trying to figure out the keyboard stuff. It's just the combat is it's really easy.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, like you'll die a little bit in the first like couple hours just because you have like a pistol, and like that sucks. But as soon as you get like a couple different guns, like the only way you're gonna die really is if you really make a lot of mistakes in a row.
Okay.
Because you can heal really quickly, and like I did have a partner who's like shooting other people with me.
Can she die? Like, can she get knocked down?
Yes, she could get knocked down. She gets knocked down a lot in my case because I'm playing like what's a good word? I'm playing like a high like dex high like speech character.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
So you're kind of squishy.
So
combat's not the best.
So I'm like sitting in the back just like sniping a bunch, and while she's like running forward with like her like melee and just like taking all the aggro, and like she just goes down, and I'm like, that's fine. I'm just cleaning up after you, like do all this stuff. But it's cool. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not getting drawn right back into it.
Okay.
I think it just feels so much like Fallout that I'm like, oh, it's not doing anything new. Which is fine, right? Like it's fine that it doesn't do anything new, but
sure,
it doesn't have like a hook that I'm like, oh, right, like this is super unique, and I want to I want to keep messing with these gameplay things. Why I want to go back is because the story's kind of cool. Maybe not the story, but the world, I guess. Like the corporations are like taking over, and like it's really fun. It's really well written. Like this guy's like bleeding from injury. He's like, oh, like here, take my pistol. He's like, oh, it's Spacer's choice. He's like, don't, not the best choice, but the right choice or something like that. Like he's like making the like tagline as he's like bleeding to death. It's like, yes, I got it. I nailed it. As he's like dying. So like it's pretty good. Like the writing is solid. It doesn't come off as like memey or like internet humory.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely, if you have Game Pass too, download it, check it out.
Costs you close to nothing.
Play that instead of Fallout 76.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's a really good game. Hopefully I'll finish. I've heard it's only like 20 to 30 hours.
Oh,
so
okay.
Not huge. It's big, but not like completely huge.
Well, I mean, if it's like $1 or $5 for Game Pass, then like that hourly rate is pretty solid. You know,
if you want to do it that way,
definitely.
But I think it's at least worth your time checking out, especially if you have Game Pass.
Okay.
So it's good. And then I actually am playing a little bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I'm having a good time with. For the most part.
Okay. Well, that kind of segues into what I've been doing this past week, and that is playing Modern Warfare. So wrote that review that turned out to be like 2,600 words.
Is that up?
Chelsea is having me go back and make the readability drain, which, you know, in my writing style is very difficult because I'm very long form. Like my sentences and paragraphs are all very, very long. And so, internet readability score does not really favor that sort of thing. Yeah, so I have to like go through and separate it up and then image it. I'll do it after the podcast. Like just straight.
So it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon. Yeah. Released out tomorrow.
So yeah, but all right. So Andrew, have you played through the campaign yet?
I have played a decent chunk, I think.
Okay. What's the last mission you were on?
I'm at a mission right now where it's giving me like it's like all dark. There's like 3 options. I have to go to. I can go to like. I can go to.
That's like the second to last mission or so.
Okay, yeah. I figured I maybe have like an hour or 2 left.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was trying to finish it. Maybe I'll finish it tonight.
Okay. All right. So what do you think so far? What are your thoughts?
I think it's good.
Okay.
I don't know if it's me. If I'm dying a lot, maybe that's just how I play.
Mm-hmm.
I am dying a lot, so I'm getting a little frustrated there.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot going on in this game. Like, there's some really messed up stuff happening in this campaign, right? Like, so much that like you see like a lady like going for a gun, like, and you're like, and I was like, last night I was playing like, please don't pick up the gun. I don't want to shoot you.
Yeah.
She picks up the gun. I'm like, crap. I gotta put her down. Like boom. Like, and I like like that's like it makes you kind of feel bad in this way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it doesn't really address these issues. Like it just has you shoot these people and then you're just moving on, which I guess is like it's hard for me to understand. Like they're not saying anything, but are they saying something by like not addressing? I don't know. Like,
I don't know. In the way that I talked about this in my review and everything. It's like they don't say it's like, oh, that was pretty bad. You just shot a woman or whatever.
Yeah.
It's more of just like, to me, it's like what I thought they were more going for was like, this is a reality of modern war and everything. And it's like it sucks that it happens. Your character, the British dude that you play as, what's it never mind. I'm not gonna spoil.
Not Alex, the other guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. But...
Right. Anyway, the British guy that you play as, it's like, it's like he comments about it. It's like, was that the right thing to do? It's like, yeah, it's okay. It's like, and so it's like, to me, it's like I interpreted all those moments as like, it sucks that it happens, but it's, it is something that happens in the real world, and it's unfortunate.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what Infinity Ward was going for.
But yeah, I mean, it's possible like that. That's exactly what they're going for. Like, oh, these are the actual horrors of war.
Yeah.
Like, we're brushing them off as not saying anything because this is just a reality of like soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's also some weird stuff like it because it goes from doing that and then all of a sudden next thing you know it's like basically like a popcorn like
exactly
military flick. So like it's kind of got these weird contrasts in between it.
Yeah.
I do like some of the missions are pretty cool. I like the night vision stuff. That's pretty awesome. The sniper, I even like the sniper level. Like that's kind of
okay. That was okay.
It was a little cheesy. Like, oh, there's a flag right next to this guy. Like,
total callback to like COD 4.
Yeah,
with all the up stuff. Yeah.
I think one thing people were having issues with was I don't know about this, but like Fury Road or something.
Yes.
One mission where
it's the Highway of Death, I believe.
Yeah.
Highway of Death, where like some attack occurred. I don't know this story at all, but some attack occurred on the US or something, and in this game they've changed it to Russia or something, I believe.
Yeah.
So
So there was this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So from what I understand, I don't know what country it would. This is a real thing. Like the Highway of Death was a real thing in. I'm not sure where.
Iraq, I think.
But, okay.
Iraq or Afghanistan.
Sure. I'm not all the way up to date, but that's like a name of a real event that happened, and the United States bombed this whole place and just absolutely. I'm really trying to refrain from using curse words. Like messed this place up, right?
Yeah, leveled it. Just
without a care. Like horrible, like war act. Terrible, right? They have a similar concept in the game of like a long stretch of road that got bombed out, right? But this time it's by the Russians.
Yeah.
In this fake city. So it's like this weird, like, you're kind of like bringing up this real world event, at least by a name, like that's what they called it. And then you're just saying Russia did it.
Right. That was the most like direct reference to a real world event in the game, though. Other like it's just like the game itself. Every level is like somewhat recognizable as like a real world place, somehow just derived. Like the mission. There's like I don't know. There's like the the mission at the embassy, right? That was just like that's based. It's like that's based off the Iranian embassy crisis back in the 80s, stuff like that. And so it's like every level is somehow based on like a real world war event. And I don't know if you've played it. I think it might actually be the mission right after the one you played, but it's just like you literally raid the Bin Laden compound. You guys remember? Okay.
I did do like an underground one.
Yeah, that's that one. That's that one.
Okay.
But that building that you're in at first and everything. That's like literally almost like picture for picture recreation of the Bin Laden compound, where he was shot and killed at by the U.S. in 2011.
Yeah, and they also have literally Piccadilly Circus.
Literally. Yeah.
So, which reminds me, I hate that multiplayer map so much.
God, everyone does. It's okay.
It does it? Does everyone hate that map?
I call out that map specifically in the review.
I hate that map.
Saying it's just like, I think all the other maps are fine just as soon as the player base gets used to them. Because, this is a good segue into a multiplayer, I guess. And everything is just like, you have to play this Call of Duty a lot differently than previous Call of Duty.
A little slower, I think.
Yeah, a little bit slower. You can't really sprint around everywhere, And so, I said it's just like, I think most of the maps will be fine. It's like once the player base kind of matures to, the new style and everything, except for Piccadilly Circus.
It's terrible.
Like that needs a almost complete rework, I would say. Like that needs a significant rework.
I'm not a map designer, right? Yeah. But like the issue I have with it, tell me if this is similar, is like you get spawned, like one side in particular gets spawned in like this corner. And then everyone just can cut you off and you're just stuck in this corner basically.
Yeah,
and
that's everyone's problem.
Fight your way out, but it's like near impossible to do that. Yeah. Especially if you're playing like domination where you're trying to get out of there. Dude, it's rough. I played that map 3 times in a row today. I was so pissed.
Oh man. I was like, I got to the point where it's just like I leave. If I play the map is in queue, I just leave the lobby.
So I mean, I don't know why they didn't add the vote on a map feature. They've had it in like so many so hopefully that returns and get the vote on a map thing, because that map is, I will vote against that map 100% of the time. It's not my fit. It's terrible, I think.
Yeah, I don't understand why they made you transition out of the same lobby you're in.
Oh yeah, also. Yeah, that was interesting too. I did notice that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a because of the crossplay stuff.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Because I have noticed a lot of PC. I think it's PC. There's little icons next here, and it looks like it's just like a square, a little box thing. So I'm assuming that's what a PC is.
I've seen a mouse. I swear I've seen a mouse.
Yeah. So when I'm playing a lot on controller, so I don't. I just see mostly like I think the way the matchmaking works is like input for your controller input first.
Yeah.
And then they do system.
Yeah.
So if you're playing on a controller on a PC, you still get matched with like PS4 players or Xbox players.
Yeah.
And then if you don't care, it'll be like, oh, are you okay with playing against mouse people? And you should just say,
hell
yes.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to die.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, the thing is, like, this game has this, like, we talked about it being slower in multiplayer. It's because there's this what's that called? The system of the mount. Like you can find a corner.
Oh yeah, and just
and like lock into it, and you have a little lean. It's like basically like leaning a corner in Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
So you have these, and your gun does not have a lot of recoil when you're mounted.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people will cut off these really important angles that you need to get through on a mount, and then you just get gunned down immediately because there's no recoil. Yeah. I like the system. It's just it changes everything basically.
Yeah. I would have maybe considered not putting that system in multiplayer. It was fun to have during the campaign, but it's just like in multiplayer, I'm not sure, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. But anyway.
Oh. But I think it's a good, probably the best Call of Duty in a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd say one of my favorites. I mean, I liked last year's. It's fine.
Okay.
But this one's just way better. Like the sound of the guns, the feel of the guns, all feels crazy good.
Yeah. Technically, it's a very nice game.
Yes, it's just super technical. Like it looks amazing on a base PS4. Runs at 60. So like no problems there. Gunfight.
PC. Yeah.
Yeah, gunfight is my favorite. The 2v2 mode.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good mode. Oh man, like it just like you can get through a round, like a whole game in like maybe 10 minutes or maybe less.
Okay.
But it's so fast and like it just makes you feel good. Like it kind of brings the fighting game aspect of me out, and it's like, oh, it's 2-on-2. We all have the same like guns.
Yeah.
Like, do I make the good read or do I make a bad? Do I make a bad read?
Yeah.
Thing. So like it's I really enjoy that mode a lot.
Okay.
Before we move on, I did actually forget to say I've actually got hands-on with the third flight of Halo Master Chief Collection for PC.
Oh, okay.
So that's like a beta that they're doing at the moment to test out Halo Reach for PC.
You said you hated
it. Okay, so let's clarify this a little bit. The campaign, the first two missions of the Reach campaign, are in the flight. The rest of it isn't.
Okay.
So they've included those two. The issues that it looks a little bit better.
Okay.
Compared to like Xbox 360. However, the issues that I do have with it, the guns feel like they're like airsoft guns.
I mean, they did in like 2011 also. So
fair, but I feel like they could have like fixed that issue a little bit and made it a little bit more like what they did with Halo 3 when they remastered it for Xbox One, and also Halo 2 as well. Also, enemy like the Covenant and whatever, when you're fighting them, keep making the same noises over and over and over and over and over again.
They did in 2011 also.
What's that classic scream called? Like there's like a classic like movie scream that like
the Wilhelm
knows.
scream.
Yeah, there we go. I feel like we talked about this recently. I digress.
But I mean, aside from those, it's Reach. I played a bit of Firefight as well. I think this is something that they haven't implemented yet. In Firefight in Reach, you would be able to like get to a certain stage and then you would finish it. In this, I was playing Firefight for like 3 hours one day and I wouldn't finish. It just kept on getting harder and harder and harder until I died eventually. But I mean, it's Reach. It seems okay in my opinion. I feel like they need to like alternate enemies a little bit, like the noises that they make, because that is rather frustrating. I never noticed that in Reach on Xbox 360, but it's like they've only put in like one or two sounds that like elites make and that grunts make, and that's it. There's no other like they don't scream, for instance, like what Covenant used to previously. They don't. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. But aside from that, it still seems like they got a long way to go. So I don't reckon this is going to be coming out for another probably 1 or 2 years at least.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say maybe mid next year.
I reckon probably end of next year.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like the messaging kind of got lost about this about the Master Chief Collection on PC. It's like they're porting it. You know, they're not remastering the quote-unquote modern Halos. Like in the Master Chief Collection, they never remastered Halo 3. It was more or less.
Oh yeah, I meant Halo 2.
Oh okay, yeah. It's like sure they did like the nice HD update to like Halo 2 and Combat Evolved, but like Halo 3 on the Master Chief Collection is more or less just Halo 3 as it was. You know, maybe it runs a little bit better, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. It seems, I don't know, it just seems like they haven't there's a couple of elements that are missing that they haven't ported over yet.
Okay.
So maybe they've just like ported over a couple of sounds and a couple of this and that and everything else. Also, I noticed that can't remember what gun it was. No audio for it at all.
Oh, dude, that's just
shoot
straight up
it,
bug
and
then.
nothing was happening at all. Like no audio at all. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious if it's going to be a port, then no worries at all. But I think they could just tweak the gun noises a little bit, and that'd be it. If that was all, that would be it. So yeah.
Speaking of noises in Halo, you guys see like the little video where it's like they used a pug to record some sounds for Halo Infinite?
No.
Oh, okay. That was so
hilarious.
cute. Let me pull up the YouTube video here. I'll drop it in chat.
Oh dear.
What were they for?
I'm not certain here.
Covenant noises, I think. I think they're grunt noises specifically. They're using them for.
Yeah, I guess
It's over in Mitzer chat. No, I'm apparently not signed into the account on Mitzer. So that's
Here we go
fun.
again.
Huh?
I'm dying again.
Excellent. It's
know, right?
at the very end of the doc, at the end conclusion. It's pretty cute. Okay.
Pretty funny.
So I think that'll wrap up the intro segment. So we have 2 Facebook pages, one for the main site, which is cultureofgaming.com, of course, and one for the Power Up podcast. They are facebook.com/cod.net and facebook.com/powerpodcast, respectively. We have a community Discord, an invite to which you can find on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site, which is once again cultureofgaming.com. Then Twitter at cultureofgaming, but no E at the end of culture. And then Instagram at cultureofgaming, youtube.com/cultureofgaming, twitch.tv/cultureofgaming, and mixer.com/culture_of_gaming. All right, so getting right into the gaming news, leading topic. It's going to be kind of similar to a topic we talked about last week with Mike, but BlizzCon, that got underway yesterday, or maybe it was Thursday. But anyway, it's been going on past couple days now. And I guess before we get into some of the games, we have to talk about, some of the stuff leading up to it. As we know, this past month has been marred by bad PR for Blizzard surrounding the whole Blizzcon Hong Kong protest thing. People are still super duper upset about it. And, to the point where there are protests outside the convention center, people holding up a little bit more blunt posters with text on it that's can't really read without breaking the rating of this podcast, as well as, all forms of May propaganda, which is cute and everything, as well as dressing up as Winnie the Pooh, which is a pretty jaded protest against specifically Xi Jinping, who is the current leader of the Chinese Communist Party over in China, which is the party in power. And so, yeah, that's going on. People are still really upset about the whole Blizzcon thing. But Blizzard, and their infinite wisdom, decided to lead off their opening ceremony by sending J. Allen Brack, who is the head of Blizzard Entertainment, not Activision Blizzard, which is Bobby Kotick, but Blizzard Entertainment specifically is J. Allen Brack. And his apology was like, we're sorry we screwed up, but hey, we're here at BlizzCon together. We're all here together. Let's start looking at some of the cool stuff Blizzard made and everything. I don't know. Have you guys all watched the apology?
I didn't watch the full thing. I've read some recaps on it.
Okay.
But
I have
Gist of it? Okay.
Yeah, when I understand it was a pretty non-apology.
Yeah, I say it was pretty hollow because one of the lines in there was like, actions speak louder than words. But it's like, Blizzcon is still banned,
Yeah.
The casters are still banned. Yeah. Instead of, it's like, instead of doing better later, how about you do better now?
Right now,
yeah. So, yeah, is there anything else we want to, further hash out about that, or no? I feel like we've talked about this to death on the podcast.
What a mess.
Yeah.
It's just such a mess. And they just keep putting their foot in their own mouth, right?
Yeah.
God, Blizzard is. And it's mostly Blizzard, because from what I understand, Activision's not quite, they're Activision Blizzard, but Activision works on its own a lot. Though,
right, and it's just Modern Warfare is the best-selling COD in years.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole thing didn't affect sales of an Activision published title. You know?
No, I think it's mostly Blizzard taking the brunt of it, which is probably happened in Blizzard's game.
Yeah,
so,
which is fair, in my opinion at least. I think it's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and that reminds me. Yeah, it's just what a mess. God.
I wonder. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're probably not going to do anything about it. Probably just people are gonna complain and like protest and whatever, and they're just going to try and sweep it under the rug as best as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't done anything about it yet. Why would they do anything about it in the future? So
sure,
that's fair.
Really, like they've had their opportunity. I don't reckon they're gonna do it. So whatever. Good luck to them. Yeah, I mean, people are still gonna buy Blizzard games. They're still gonna buy World of Warcraft. They're still gonna buy Overwatch 2, Diablo 4. So yeah. Anyway,
and I do want to say that just like, I don't know, we're going to talk about some what I think are really cool games that Blizzard has going, you know, because, you know, they are still a competent game development company for the most part. And it was just like, you know, in the midst of all this, it is okay to be excited about video games still, you know? So it's just like, it's like whether or not you choose to buy it is up to you and everything, but like, you know, it is still okay to be excited about video games. So, yeah. All right. Just kind of moving on. So, first big thing, Diablo 4. Whew. And, you know, maybe the most redeemable part of a Blizzard is the cinematic department, because they are killing it. But man, they have been working overtime, it seems like. But yeah, so had this big like 10-minute cinematic announcement trailer. That blood cape was so cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was so cool. It was disgusting, and I loved it. Anyway, yeah. What are your guys' reactions to Diablo 4? Excited for it at all? Diablo fan?
I've never played Diablo before.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, okay.
The cinematic was cool. I don't think that's going to represent the gameplay of what I would want,
it won't.
out of that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, cool video.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit of a cynic about it. It's gonna be apparently it's going to be more of a share world experience like Destiny is, but like I really don't like that. It's like personally I don't like that style. It's like either commit fully to an MMO or don't. You know, I thought
exactly.
Yeah, it's like I'm tired of this whole like, oh, everything has to be done with at least another person or whatever. You know, it's like either just give me a straight single player mode, or if I want to, I'll invite people, just like in Diablo 3.
Is Diablo 2 an MMO or
no? Diablo.
Okay.
Like the past Diablo games have had kind of like a drop-in co-op sort of thing.
Okay, because I know 3 is more of drop, and I wasn't sure if 2 was like more like this social space kind of thing.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you know, even having like a single hub world, you know, where it's like, you know, people are like out and about or doing stuff in that specific hub area is fine, but like if I'm out actually playing and experiencing, you know, the story of the game, it's like, don't leave me
Don't
alone.
want to run into other players.
Yeah, just leave me alone. Let me experience everything by myself, you know?
I'm sure there's options for that. We'll see.
Okay.
But, I mean, I would assume,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's some gameplay stuff getting out now about it.
Okay.
Pretty sure like Game Informer has a gigantic like cover story on some of that stuff. So.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, they're like doing a big like Blizzard edition.
Oh, that's cool.
Perfect timing. But so yeah, I'm sure there'll be some stuff out on it today or in the next couple of days.
Okay. But yeah, that'll be something to watch. It is, from what we understand, the kind of messaging I've heard is that it's not really close to, it's not coming out anytime soon.
Oh, really?
Like, I'd say 2021 would be the earliest we would see it. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. Apparently Blizzard kind of, like, hit an emergency switch for Diablo 4. Basically saying it's just like, okay, we actually need to get this out after the poor reaction to a BlizzCon last year. And as a result, we lost a StarCraft spin-off shooter again, because that entire development team got pulled into Diablo 4. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen like 4 minutes of the Diablo 4 trailer. I was watching it in the car yesterday because we went out for lunch and whatever.
Sure.
And I got car sick, so I gave up.
Oh.
So that's cool.
Okay.
But it looks it looks interesting. I've never played Diablo. I've kind of watched a little bit of Diablo 1 to see if I wanted to get into it.
Okay.
That's probably not something I would play, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I may play Diablo 2 or 3 because apparently 2's the best looking
I would go
one.
with 2. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, or the best one.
I don't know. I'm looking at Game Informer right now, and they got some like screenshots. There's a lot going on here. It's cool though. Like it's got like an isometric view. It's kind of got a classic. It looks a little more classic 2-ish.
Yeah. It seems like so it's like Diablo 3. I don't want to say it was mocked, but it was like criticized for a lesser realistic art style than was in Diablo 2. So it looks like they brought back from the screenshots I've seen in Diablo 4. Looks like they brought back the more grittier art style that was present in 2 that people are wanting. So
and there's a lot of text in this one I'm looking at. A lot of loot on the ground. A lot of text.
That's good.
So I'm sure that's what people. Well, I heard Diablo 3 is very good, but like Diablo 1 and 2 fans are probably gonna really enjoy this.
Yeah, there's still quite a few like Diablo 2 purists out there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that game's massive, right?
Yeah. All right. So anything else to say about Diablo or?
If they come out with a cool co-op like side-by-side couch thing, it could be. I'd definitely look into it for that.
Yeah.
Like I heard the console versions of 3 were really well done. So,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Cool. All right, and then Overwatch 2. This is my take on it. It is a $60 PvE patch for Overwatch 1.
Precisely. Agreed.
Well, yeah. But they're like overhauling everything, right?
I didn't get that. Maybe it's like I don't know. It's like obviously you don't know. It's like what like technical differences there will be, but like the sense I got when they were talking about it, it's like okay, all the same heroes plus some or whatever. It's just like they don't want to quote unquote they don't want to leave anybody behind, and so it's just like everything that Overwatch 2 gets, Overwatch 1 will get.
Everybody's here.
But they're not changing like the abilities of like some of the old characters, like a little bit.
If they do, then Overwatch 1 will get it too.
What's the point of making a sequel?
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Why don't they just call it like 2.0?
Why?
Yeah.
Somebody said this in, I think it was you actually, Taylor. Why don't they do? Or I think it was Sean actually. The best thing that they could probably do is do a Fortnite, Overwatch Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, like nuke the
whole thing
and kind of re-go.
Or do like some cool in-game event or something.
I mean, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like taking a step back and looking back. Is like what I think of what it will be. It's like that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So maybe the messaging is screwed up around what Overwatch 2 really will be, or because it's just like I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying it's going to coexist with Overwatch 1. So whatever Overwatch 2 gets, Overwatch 1 will also get because they don't want anybody being left behind. Okay. So it appears, I don't know, like it sounds...
Is the difference just like the PvE mode that Overwatch 2 will have?
I think, yeah.
Okay. But then like the multiplayer content will be the same between the two.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting. Like the story stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just do like a save the world kind of thing? Not that I like Fortnite at all, but that'd be the best way of doing it.
I think this is what that's trying to be, actually. It's just, this will have its own, like, multiplayer too. That'll be very similar to Overwatch 1s and everything, because, just so maybe you don't have to, like, change the disc out on your console or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but... I don't know. That's confusing, in my opinion, because it's like it's like making a failed product or a product that's dead, and then like cloning 90% of it and adding in 10%, which is the PvE. Yeah. And like Overwatch is pretty much dead. Like it doesn't really have that many players.
That's what I was trying to figure out right now. Like
it's on the way out. Like why are you cloning a game that is 2 or 3 years old at this point, and then re-releasing it? It makes no sense. So maybe they're going to come out of left field and be like, "Hey, this isn't what we're doing at all. We're doing a chapter 2."
Maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
That's true. Huh.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think the big thing is like they need to fix the messaging around it. You know, be like,
Yeah.
we need to clearly define this is what this is how it works in tandem with Overwatch 1, you know? Just about to say it. I will say that Jeff Kaplan is rebranding as a Jeffrey Kaplan for the Overwatch 2. You know, he's like the game director or whatever for Overwatch, and it's just like, you know, he always starts off every video. It's like, hey guys, this is Jeff from the Overwatch team. You know, he's like, but now it's just like, and all of that like on-screen text was like, this is Jeff Kaplan. But then at BlizzCon, it's like Jeffrey Kaplan, Jeffrey Kaplan. So that's a fun little joke going around.
It's a different guy.
Huh. That is super weird. Like all your content comes over. Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I'm glad they did that part. Now I don't have to feel bad about like burning $80 on Mercy skins.
Is this going to be free to play, or is this going to be
$60 apparently?
$60, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
I mean, it better have a damn well good. It better have a very good story to be worth $60.
Okay.
I think the people who want the story, though, the people who are still playing it.
Yeah, and they'll probably buy it.
Like, I don't care about a story in Overwatch. Like,
right. Yeah. Like,
you know?
I probably won't buy it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's weird because, like, unless you just want a better looking version of that game, but then like, well,
I mean, probably a good guide as to if this is going to be good or not is watching some streamers or like influencers who have played Overwatch previously. Like a good person to watch is like Tim the Tatman, because he was like a major Overwatch streamer.
Okay.
He got out of it because the game was dying and they weren't updating it. And he's not looking forward to this at all.
Oh, interesting.
From what I've heard, at least.
Sure.
I haven't seen XQC what he's got to say about it, but it's I mean, if even your influencers, who are your streamers and whatever, are really too keen on it, you might have a bit of a problem.
This also, I feel like, comes down to like, hey, we have a gigantic issue like with this protest stuff. Like, let's just dump like everything we got right now. Like, you know, like even if Overwatch 2 isn't like next year, like we need to get some positive, you know, PR. Let's get Overwatch 2 out there. Like, let's get everything we can out there so that we can kind of try to shove this stuff under the rug, because people love Overwatch, right? So let's get the second one out there. Kind of.
There's no way.
It's like 2014,
2016.
2016. So not that old, actually.
No. Yeah.
Especially for like a live game.
Right. It still has a lot of life left to it, I think. But you see, I thought about that point too that you just made, Andrew. But the thing is just like, all of these all of these things and whatnot, it's just like they weren't scraped together overnight or anything.
No.
You know, it's just like it just so happens that, you know, it's like, oh, this year it's like Blizzard finally just had a bunch of things come to head that they were ready to show off. So, you know, the story goes that Diablo 4 was going to be a massive, like the big massive thing at BlizzCon last year. Right. But they pulled out at the last second because the development team didn't really feel confident in what they were going to show off. Right. And so, yeah, they pulled at the last minute, and then, you know, it's just like, we got Diablo Immortal, don't you guys have phones, etc., etc. Yeah. That whole fiasco.
Did we see any of Diablo Immortal this year?
Not yet, I don't think so.
Oh, that's weird. Huh.
I'm sorry, that's such like a, that's honestly such a Chinese game. Like, I don't think anyone in the U.S. really cares about it, but it's just like,
I mean, people check it out for sure,
maybe, but I don't think they really need to run any sort of like promo for it here.
It's not the market for it, I guess.
Yeah. And so, and then it's like, you know, Overwatch 2 was going to be apparently like this year's big game or whatever. Right? It's like, you know, next big thing. But then, you know, we got Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, and this next part 2, which was gonna come out either way just based on the release cadence. World of Warcraft Shadowlands, the next expansion for the MMO. So cinematic trailer dropped. It's like 5 minutes of amazing gorgeousness and everything, as all the World of Warcraft cinematics are. I'm serious. It's just like the cinematic team at Blizzard does insane work. But so, you know, that's really cool. This is gonna be such a lore nerd thing, but all I'm saying is that Arthas would have kicked Sylvanas' ass right off the mountain. It's like, it wouldn't even been a contest, as he's done before. Okay, but anyway, yeah, Bolvar, not really Both are trying to let himself go. Anyway, that's neither here or there. But yeah, fascinating direction the game is heading in. It looks like by the end of Shadowlands, we'll probably expend all of the like 25-year-old lore that's just like all the Warcraft games and all the World of Warcraft expansions up until this point have really just played off like lore that's been present in the game since like Warcraft 3. So yeah, so it's just like I think by the end of Shadowlands we're going to be into like fully original content now. It's just like no longer really drawing as
full
heavily.
new lore and everything.
Yeah, it's like no longer really drawing as heavily from the past as it has been. So yeah, let's I think it'll be a cool story. It's going to feel more like a direct sequel to the current expansion, Battle for Azeroth, than any other WoW expansion has. And typically, WoW expansions will launch kind of late summer from the next year. So it's like Battle for Azeroth was released in August of 2018. It was announced at Blizzcon 2017 in November. So it's like usually the August or late summer of the following year. I would say this one will probably be out a little bit earlier, to be honest, just because they want to move away from Battle for Azeroth, because that is by far one of their worst received expansions.
Sure.
Since about 2011, or 2010.
So does each expansion kind of have its own story, or does it?
Yes, and that story is only relevant, like as the expansion is current. And everything. So it's like if you were to start a new character today, sure, you would play through all the old zones and get some semblance of the local story in that zone and everything, but the overarching story has already moved on, and you're not really going to see the overarching story from when that zone was relevant, because it was still the current expansion. So
there is
just because so much of like expansion's content comes from the like the patches and everything that give like max level players things to do and the ways for the story to advance throughout the expansion's life cycle, and those just aren't things you do if you level. It's like you're just leveling a character and getting to the latest and greatest thing. So yeah, that's the way World of Warcraft works. Anyway, yeah, I'll be closely watching Shadowlands, see what happens. I'd also just like to say that there was a map leak and like a key highlight point leak a few months ago on 4chan, and it is 100% correct about Shadowlands. So like even down to the logo that it showed. So anyway, there's that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then anything else to say about World of Warcraft or?
I'm thinking about getting into it, so we'll see.
Okay.
That's my thing, yeah.
Andrew?
No, but I guess ties into a game that was based off of World of Warcraft called Hearthstone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which is getting a new expansion, and they got an auto chess mode.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's
Heroes
really weird.
of the Storm died for this.
I watched a little bit of it. It's interesting. I don't know how it works, but you just pick cards and like they like synergize off each other and like order them, and they just kind of do their thing.
Fascinating.
And then it knocks off like there's like 12 people.
Yeah.
And like, you go up against one person, and then if you die, you're just out. And when you kind of go up until there's the one winner. I don't know how auto chess works.
Sure.
Okay. Fascinating.
It's interesting that they did that though.
Yeah.
Or doing it. I don't know if it's out when it's out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I won't play it.
Yeah. Okay. And then other than that, nothing new from Heroes of the Storm. That's pretty much on life support.
Right?
Yeah, it's on life support. And then StarCraft, I wouldn't quite qualify as on life support quite yet, because the esports scene is still very niche, but still very bustling. And so, yeah, it's like, obviously no StarCraft 3. Obviously, yeah. And as previously mentioned, the spin-off StarCraft shooter died for Diablo 4. It was one of the 3 blood sacrifices that had to be made for it.
Was it StarCraft?
Like
Ghosts?
No,
something?
Ghost was like the old Nintendo 64 game that also got canceled.
Oh, okay.
I think this one was untitled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. And so yeah, yet another StarCraft shooter died for Diablo.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, to be entirely fair, as much as I like StarCraft and everything, I don't really see it working outside of an RTS. So, yeah.
I don't think they need to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, every year at BlizzCon is the big StarCraft like World Finals and everything, which is like biggest tournament in the StarCraft scene, most prestigious. Also, it's a very like closed tournament because you have to play through these official circuits throughout the year and earn enough points to qualify for BlizzCon and whatnot. And so yeah, so it's like the actual like played in person part is actually just a round of 8. So it's like the 8 best people from the past year in StarCraft come out compete. And so yeah, I watched more or less the entire like esports event from StarCraft, and it was last match came down to Dark, a Korean Zerg player, versus Raynor, a Italian Zerg player, and Dark absolutely destroyed Raynor 4-1 in a best of 7.
Cool.
So yeah, congratulations to Dark on winning the WCS finals. In 2017, he had lost the grand finals at BlizzCon. But yeah, he won it this year, so good for him.
Good player.
Yeah, good for him. And yeah, I think that's been BlizzCon so far. You know.
Interesting.
A lot. They went really hard this year.
Yeah.
When's it finish?
By the end of this weekend.
Yeah, probably Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have yet to see any sort of viral videos come out from like a WoW Q&A panel yet, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty good, I guess. Waiting. Maybe I'll watch a costume contest and see if Winnie the Pooh wins anything. Yeah.
I doubt that.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else to say about BlizzCon? Or
No, that's probably it.
all right. Well. Blizzard isn't the only one talking about the next generation of games. Ubisoft is also. Andrew, what is Ubisoft talking about their
so they had like I think it was an earnings call, I believe. They talked about a lot of stuff, but basically I'm just gonna boil it down to I guess you probably talked about it last week when they delayed all their stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a big delay. They delayed Watch Dogs Legion, Rainbow Six Quarantine, which is a separate mode, or is that a different game?
Single player game, like a single player co-op game based off. Remember the Quarantine mode that was like in March? Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure if it was completely separate. And then Gods of Monsters, which is kind of their like Breath of the Wild-ish looking game.
Weird looking thing, which nobody's got any idea about.
Yeah, it's very cartoony looking and like open world, got like an open world vibe to it.
Okay.
So they've delayed all that stuff without any real dates, but they basically delayed it to the fiscal year, like out of the fiscal year or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the last half of 2020 for all those.
Yeah. And they kind of just confirmed that I'll do a quote from. Oh gosh, I'm gonna mess his name up. Yves
Guillemot.
Yes.
Yves Guillemot.
Yeah. Yes.
I
think
it's a very French name.
Yeah.
The 5 titles will be on this generation and next generation of consoles, and they'll take full advantage of all the new features that are coming with the machines. So cool. They are like getting out ahead of it and being like, yeah, these games are going to be on PS4, but they're also going to be on PS5, Xbox, whatever it's called, Scarlet, I guess we're still calling it. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's really interesting that they are getting. And then more to the point is like I think it opens up a lot more for other, like what we think about games coming out in general next year. Like, are all games going to be doing this exact same thing and they just haven't announced it yet?
I would say it'd be fairly reasonable that it's like if they're released in the last half of the year, we're going to see like companies either try to port them over to the next generation, because it'll be easier than ever before to port over to the next generation. It really will be. And so yeah.
Well, if you remember, like they did this with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, like they did the. You could like buy the PS3 or whatever Xbox 360 version, and then
The Last of Us too.
Well, this is different because this one was just like if you had the old disc, you could like put it in your new console, and it would like verify, and you could buy it at a disc, the new one at like. Okay. I think like 15. You know, it was a very steep discount.
Sure, that was a pretty good idea, to be honest.
Yeah,
and then like Ubisoft also released like an old gen exclusive Assassin's Creed game at the same time they did Black Flag. It was like
Rogue, I believe was the name of it.
Yes.
Anyway,
Rogue was very interesting.
Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I played
kinda got
Black
swept up.
Flag on PC, so outside of the whole thing, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, so I don't know. I think this is interesting. Like, it makes me think a lot about like, you know, because Sony also delayed. Are they going to do the same thing with Last of Us 2? Like, Ghost of Tsushima. Like, are these all going to be this like weird cross generation titles? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. It's, to me, I guess it really depends on the plan for the next gen console. Really, like with PS5 and what Sony's basically said. They've said that they're wanting PS4 and PS5 to coexist, and like whatever comes to PS5 also comes to PS4 in a sense, with a lot of stuff that they're planning on doing. So I think it's going to be kind of a port situation where if they've got Ubisoft stuff that is capable of being played on PS4, I think they're going to do it for both.
I don't
really.
think we'll... Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
And maybe PS4 discs will work on PS5 as well. We never know.
Presumably they would. It's like,
yeah, hopefully.
I fail to see any sort of hardware reason why they wouldn't. But just based on what we know so far. Although I think like delaying games into the last bit of the year is going to be kind of I don't want to say a Ubisoft only thing, because I mean certainly other development companies have problems, but like this is such a big way. Is just like Ghost Recon Breakpoint was such a step backwards for Ubisoft in terms of like you know they were putting on a really good track record of both performing necromancy on games as well as some really good launches and everything, but Breakpoint was just like a few steps backwards for them, and I don't think they want it to happen again. So yeah, I think this will be nothing but good in the long run for Ubisoft, which I think is what the CEO was trying to get at also, saying it's just like, it's just like not only do these games get like a lot of extra polish and development team, but will also be kind of on the bleeding edge in terms of console hardware. So when that comes out, so
I feel like Ubisoft is always trying to launch pretty big too.
Yeah,
like they always have games at launch.
Yeah,
like, whether it's Far Cry or like I think was Rainbow Six a launch title, or pretty close at least.
No, Rainbow Six was in December of 2015.
Okay, so it was like a year later.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
I think the Division 2 was also, even though that was a decent game, that also flopped as well in Ubisoft's point of view.
I believe so.
Yeah, it didn't perform as well as they thought that it would.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh, well, basically, Division came out like it was too soon." Like,
yeah.
It was too short of a time between. I think they said this about Breakpoint too. Like, it's basically a sequel to Wildlands, like sort of. This is a quasi sequel.
Yeah, and it's just like Division 2, like all the content Division 2 probably should have been just like developed as like a patch or like DLC or something for Division 1. It would have worked out just fine. Like I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe Ubisoft needs to get their sequel timing just a little bit, because it seems like instead of develop like a really big patch, you know what? Screw it. Let's just make a sequel.
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But this brings to another point. So not only like the new consoles, but they also said like they're going to put crossplay into all the PvP games.
Ooh.
So that let's see if I can find. Our goal is to put crossplay on all the PvP games we have over time, and that's well on the way. Same earnings call, I believe.
Okay.
As the other one. So that's, I don't know. Like we were talking about Call of Duty having crossplay and it working for me, from what I understand, very well.
Yeah, I barely notice. Like, there's no like hiccup or anything,
Yeah.
So it's just exciting that like, we're kind of moving in this era where like doesn't matter what you got, you're gonna be able to play with your friends.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Like I have a friend who games strictly on like Xbox. I don't know, whatever. Just how he's always been on Xbox.
Yeah, sure.
And I was just like, oh, like. He's like, oh, we should play Fortnite together on, I'm like, oh, I have it on PC. He's like, oh, I'm not playing with you. I'm like, okay.
Whatever, bro.
Fair enough. He's like, because he's going to go put the PC hopper and then dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then eventually PS4 did it. So I was like, oh, I could try to figure it out. But
yeah.
But now it's like, well, now maybe we could try to play Call of Duty together.
Yeah.
So, it's cool that, this is happening. And I really like Rainbow Six Siege, and I think the opportunity of me being like, hey, let's play this game together. Like you have Xbox, I have, I love that game on PC. Actually, that's like one of the only shooters I really enjoy on PC.
Yeah. Oh, Rainbow, by the way, it's like before it comes up with this question, I believe Rainbow Six Siege will easily be ported over, like very quickly ported over to next gen.
Yeah, for sure. That game is
So
huge.
I think they've already confirmed that, to be honest.
Okay. Because I know they want to keep supporting it and not develop like a sequel to it quite yet. So.
Yeah. And they had like the whole single player. Anyway, So I don't know. I think it's really cool that like Ubisoft is at least trying to do new things. Hopefully, other people follow in that suit of the whole crossplay stuff as well.
Yeah. At the moment, as far as Ubisoft content being crossplay, the only games they have are Brawlhalla and Just Dance 2019 that are crossplay at the moment.
Okay, Just Dance 2019 is also on the Wii, which is pretty insane, TBH.
That's according to the same article you're reading, Andrew.
Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I hope that like I said, I hope it EA being like, oh, we do crossplay with Apex and
right.
They've said that Apex wants to do crossplay and it's on the horizon, but it's taking them a long time to do it.
Respawn has a lot on their plate though right now.
Yeah, they're basically carrying EA right now.
Yeah. It's like they've had work on Fallen Order, which comes out in like 2 weeks. By the way, it's like November 15th is the day for that, so that's coming up real quick. It's like I don't know. Modern Warfare will have to hold me over until Death Stranding, which I'll talk about a little bit more later, comes out like 5 days or so. But
in a week.
Yeah. And then Death Stranding will probably hold me over until Fallen Order comes out. Yeah. What I was saying is, what's up?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, Respawn is just like, they're probably working on Titanfall 3.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, they're probably working on Titanfall 3.
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah. I think that ship has sailed, Titanfall.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
And then next year, it's. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go on. Go for
next year also, I think, will be a kind of a quieter year for EA, because did you guys see this past week? It was like an article or something. I don't know if it was a leak or what, but it was talking about how it's like EA is looking to remaster some of their older IPs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we'll probably see like a Dead Space remaster, maybe like a Mass Effect remaster, which I'm okay with all of those, by the way. But
an Anthem remaster.
Oh,
that reminds me of earlier. If you want like a good Mass Effect-ish game, like just play Outer Worlds right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're getting you get like a crew and they're on your little ship, and you can like interact with them and like have like meaningful conversations. So.
Romantic interest question mark?
I've heard that people want to romance. Yeah.
This is important.
I've heard that romance happens.
Okay.
But I don't know the extent of it. And also, I heard you get to help people romance.
Can you
like wingman? You're
helping someone else romance somebody in your crew. I don't know what the exact.
You can't romance any characters in the Outer Worlds.
You
can complete companion-specific quests if you want to get to know your crew a little better.
0 out of 10.
I thought there was some romancy stuff.
Okay. Oh, well.
Unfortunately, this is as far as the relationships with other characters in the Outer Worlds can go.
It makes sense because your character is a blank slate who, has no personality.
Okay, well, what if I want to, write on that slate? No, I don't know. All right, anyway. Okay, so,
A patch.
I'm sure there'll be DLC for that game.
Confirmed.
Because, unless Respawn just kind of, Ninja drops Titanfall 3 next year, EA doesn't have a massive release planned. There's no way that we get, Battlefield 6, you know?
Yeah, I could only see them doing it if they don't do a Battlefield and they put in, they market this game as much as, a Battlefield and they, basically make Battlefield but Titanfall. That's how if they're gonna make another Titanfall, they kind of have to do it that way. I don't think
another Battlefront.
No,
a battle maybe because I think they lost the light. When did they lose the license?
No, they didn't lose the license yet.
They lose it soon, I think. Right?
Yeah, they lose it 2021 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe another Battlefront. I don't know. That came out last year?
2017.
Oh wow, that long ago.
Yeah.
Wait, two?
Yeah, Battlefront 2 came out 2017.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought. Did it really?
Hold on, let me
No
check.
way. That was 2018.
I thought it was last year.
Was it?
And the whole loot box ordeal.
Yeah, I thought it was in 2017. Yeah, it was in 2017.
Battlefield 2.
Yeah, initial release date,
Okay.
November 17th, 2017. I was right.
I don't know. I doubt they'll.
What
still
is
go.
life? No.
Yeah.
I've wasted all these years.
Last year, Battlefield 5 came out. Oh.
Oh man, I forgot about that game.
Yeah, they just now
bad.
got the Pacific patch.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it was supposed to
bad.
get the Pacific War patch in, like, July. It just now got it, like, the other week.
Man, EA is a mess too. Did you hear they canceled their NBA Live game
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like the nth time
also-
era?
2 more people. This is kind of not really news, but 2 more people left BioWare. Like 2 big
Jesus.
big
Okay.
names. So BioWare's like stuffed completely.
God, EA is just.
Maybe they'll just ninja drop Mass Effect 4 next year. I don't know.
No, I don't.
I guess, like, I don't know, the only, like, other realistic thing outside of, like, remasters from EA would be, I mean, this is if you don't care about, like, FIFA and whatnot, would be, because, you know, like, FIFA 20 will be, or 21 will be a thing. Yeah. But, anyway, it's just, like, maybe just, like, a big, like, fits it all up patch for Anthem, and this is, like, what we really wanted on release.
There's zero chance that's happening.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna just do remasters for the next like year. They're like, okay, we know these will sell. Let's just put these remasters out. We'll make some money, and then we'll figure our lives out.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Respawn is just like carrying the load right now.
Right.
With Apex.
I mean, if Fallen Order does well, then that
Which
could be.
There's no way it's not. It's any Star Wars game.
I have pretty good confidence in Fallen Order, specifically because it's Respawn, you know?
Been some rumors that it's not looking good at this stage, but it wouldn't. Yeah,
I regardless if it's a good game, I think out the gate, Star Wars name on it, it's still gonna sell.
Battlefront 2 sold really well.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Initially,
It's 10 million copies for that.
Yeah.
This might not sell that much, but I think it definitely will do well out of the gate.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, maybe this is like fanboys speaking, but I just don't see Respawn royally screwing up a game as like BioWare has.
Oh, true. I mean, I don't know what team. There's got to be a different team than Apex.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
because like they've only done first-person shooters, from what I understand.
Yes, more or less.
Lately,
more or less.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Vince Zampella and the other like lead guys at Respawn all worked on Call of Duty.
And Dead Space, I think too, right?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, next year will be interesting for EA, and we'll see. We'll see how things work out for Ubisoft. So Anthony. Actually, no. There's still more. Can we skip this one? We kind of already covered it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, which one?
The converts first PS5 Starlet games, including Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah. That's what we talked about.
No, I thought we were talking about the earnings call.
We talked about both.
PvP. Okay. We kind of got both in there. Okay, cool. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, let's talk about Nintendo. They're kind of transitioning to a new generation, also released, killing off the old. So yeah, what's this?
So this is, I'm going to read from the article here. This is from GameSpot. Thanks to the Switch Lite's thanks to the Switch Lite's success, Nintendo is looking into bringing more. What?
Asterisk. It only met like 1/3 of sales projections. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Bringing more of its 3DS franchises to the console handheld hybrid in the future. Wall Street Journal tech reporter Takashi Mochizuki. I'm sorry if I messed up the name.
Yeah.
Mochizuki.
Yeah.
Tweeted that Nintendo Japan's current president, I'm not going to pronounce that.
Shintaro Furukawa.
Yeah, there we go. So the company would make more 3DS franchises available on Switch. Such a move is already happening with Brain Age, which is getting a new entry this December in Japan. In Japan, a Western release for the new Brain Age game has yet to be announced. And then this is coming from... Oh no, wait a second. The new riders on the back of Nintendo Switch Lite's growing popularity, as the company mentioned in its earnings report that the console sold approximately 2 million units worldwide in just 11 days since its September 20th launch. So this is the tweet from Takashi. It's like Kakashi, but Takashi. There you go. The result is encouraging for Pokemon games coming next month. Nintendo chief Furukawa said company would make more 3DS franchises available on Switch to convey appeal of light.
That all but just flat out says that it's just like Sword and Shield are a 3DS game port to the Switch, you know?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh no.
I don't know. It's just like you have like console level hardware to do an adventure Pokemon game in, but it's still like more or less like 3DS game. Anyway, yeah. All right, keep going.
Well, I mean, was Luigi's Mansion 3 supposed to be a 3DS game?
2 was a 3DS game.
Yeah, 2 was, but I don't think 3 was ever confirmed for any given console.
Okay, because they're suggesting here as well that Luigi's Mansion 3 was going to be 3DS, but then they switched it to Switch. Following Luigi's Mansion 3's launch, the next big games headed to the Nintendo Switch are Pokemon Sword and Shield, which comes out on November 15th. There are a few Switch games sprinkled between Sword and Shield's launch, such as Just Dance 2020, which is also coming to Wii. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020.
Which had a massive
Disney Some Festival. New Super Lucky's Tale and Romancing Saga 3. The Switch Lite has received glowing praise, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of news about 3DS stuff. So what do we think about this? Is the 3DS dead?
It needs to be.
This is like the final nail in the coffin for it. It's just like shortly after the Switch launched, Nintendo consolidated their hardware and handheld departments, and yeah, they slowly began to sunset the 3DS. I think it had its last game come out like earlier this year or so. So
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, they've got a can't even think of the word. They've got a hybrid. There we go. Hybrid anyway in the Switch. So why not just kill the 3DS and bring in the Switch all the way?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It made sense. Like
exactly.
Yeah, it made sense.
I don't really understand why they're still supporting the 3DS. If they are, they've probably killed it in their minds at least already. So
it's probably like killed internally. Like I don't think there will be a first-party 3DS game for the Switch now, or I mean the 3DS rather. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Andrew, what you think?
No, I was just reading about Luigi's Mansion. I don't know. 3DS needs to die, obviously. Hopefully it opens up opportunities for like WarioWare on the Switch, and other fun I'm trying to figure out what 3DS games came out this year.
I don't
think that.
Oh.
Like there's not a lot. I don't think.
No. I think this year will be the last time 3DS gets a game.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, no more 3DS games, please. Don't do that. That's not...
Okay, they did Bowser's Inside Story.
Oh, yeah, they did that remake, which sold horribly. I mean...
Nobody wanted that.
No. The Metroid Samus Returns, I think, came out last year.
Yeah.
Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn.
Kirby's Battle Royale. 100 Kirby's on an island.
It's really easy to forget that the Switch has a touchscreen.
Yeah.
So
I don't use it. I never use it.
Yeah, I never use it either. But I'm just saying, it's just like if a game works on the DS because of touch controls, the game will work on the Switch too, probably.
I mean, it should, right?
Yeah. I'm waiting for there to be a Switch game that like floats the concept of you have to have no, actually no, that's a word from a hardware standpoint. Never mind.
Or like that Detective Pikachu, is that last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 2 years ago, even, maybe.
Well, the movie was like earlier this year.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway.
But yeah, I don't know. They need to kill it off so they all their effort into Switch and stop just bad, games that actually will sell way better if they come out on Switch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Not that the 3DS doesn't have a huge install base, but I think most people have put theirs away on the shelf.
You think this kind of opens up the Switch to the possibility of having more shovelware on it?
I mean, it has a good amount of shovelware already, right?
Yeah, but I mean, even more so, because, I don't know, it's I think of, the 3DS even back to the DS, there was, so many, shovelware games. Same with the Wii, also, to be fair.
The Wii was really,
yeah, the Wii was really bad. It was just, do you think it's just, by consolidating it like this, it'll run into the same problem to more of an extent than it already kind of is happening?
I think yes.
Okay.
I think for sure you're right, and I think that's gonna hurt like digital games because
Yeah.
the digital storefronts is gonna be populated with garbage.
Yeah.
And it'd be hard to find the good stuff. At least like at a glance, you have to actually
Right.
search for it.
Unless
It's
you actually
already
know what you're going for.
right. Yeah, it's already hard to like find games digitally. I feel like on that system, so that's not helpful. But I don't know if it's gonna put these games out. They're first party Nintendo games that were supposed to be like from 3DS to Switch. Then it's good for those games at least. As someone who never had a 3DS too, like okay, like I'm down.
I've used my 3DS for all of 2 games.
Oh wow!
Federation Force and Samus Returns. So
wow.
Yeah.
Oof. One of you got half of those good. Half of those games are good.
Yeah. I mean, I have other games like I have Sun. I think Pokemon. No, I have like Omega Ruby or something, and like another Pokemon game or so, but I never even played it. It's like just like straight up, yeah. All right. You guys see the thing where it's just like there were rumors heated up again about the Switch Pro next year? Also,
I didn't. But...
Okay. I forget where exactly I saw it, but yeah, those are circulating around again. That would make more sense if Nintendo wants to have a hardware release along with what?
That was the 4chan leak, wasn't it? That they were saying that Red Dead Redemption 3 or something.
Oh no, this was separate from that. But God, that was insane. Andrew, did you see that? I think we posted it.
I didn't. But...
Hold on.
What game were they saying was Switch
It was
exclusive?
It was GTA 6.
That's right.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Game can't even. Yeah. What can barely run like Link's Awakening apparently.
I know.
Like...
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to.
I don't know. I don't think the Switch Pro is be a real thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the $300 price point's perfect, and they're not gonna go above that.
You see, I could at the very least, though, I could see Nintendo doing another hardware release next year of something. Maybe it's just like another iterative Switch, maybe not deem it the Pro, but yeah, it's like just because they keep pace with Microsoft and Sony. But okay, yeah, this is the leak from 4chan. Came from a /V, the video game board, on October 29th. I have new info regarding upcoming Nintendo Direct. It will take place on a day of the week in the near future. Koizumi will be the host. There will be info on upcoming first-party games that have already been announced. A few DLC now. Oh no, this isn't it. Hold on. This is not it. The one that I read. Huh?
Well done.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, this was well, this is definitely not what. Jesus God, it's hard to find a good source on this. I did dig up this Reddit post from April saying that the Red Dead Redemption 2 PC leak is fake, but we don't know.
Well, we know that's not true.
Yeah. That's from July.
Way to believe these guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Switch Pro seems like a very far-fetched idea that I don't think will probably ever happen.
Really? Okay.
I mean, like I said, you have a $300 price point, for the regular Switch. No one's gonna really want a bigger Switch. It's pretty big already.
Yeah.
Like it's like if you're into the handheld aspect of it, like I probably don't want it much larger than it already is.
Okay, fair enough.
And if I want to put it on a dock, I'll just put it on a dock and play it on TV.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I don't know. I think like the big thing I would want for like a Switch Pro, so to speak, or whatever, would necessarily be like an increase in size, just like get the hardware a little bit more modern. Yeah, a little bit better. Spec.
Yeah, but it came out what?
2017.
2017.
Yeah, it's using mostly mobile chip hardware though. So.
I mean, but you look at games like even Luigi's Mansion looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Like they look really good.
Well, then just like insane games like The Witcher 3 can't really run on it. Which I don't know. It's like. I would have low expectations wanting to play The Witcher 3 on Switch. Anyway, it's just like, yeah. And I guess there's like a time and place for games, right?
Yes, yeah. I think that's what it comes down to. Is like, do you just want to play a game regardless of like some of the limitations?
Yeah.
Like like do you want to play in an SD? Is it SD?
It's like 540p.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sub HD. It's sub HD.
Oh no.
So yeah, if you don't care, like then sure.
Go for it, right?
Port them over and like, you can watch 3 pixels, sword fight. I guess if that's what it looks like. But you know, if you enjoy that kind of thing, that's fine.
Never mind.
But I don't like.
Yeah.
They would have to put a lot of work into it to even get it running. Like,
yeah, there's some like, yeah, it's like that. It's like sometimes
which is an old game by the standards now.
Right,
So.
came out in 2015, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like, it would require significant engine tweaks and everything. That's just insane. Yeah, unreasonable. All right. So, anything else about 3DS stuff, Nintendo in general? You still think they're greedy, Anthony?
Yeah. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like Nintendo anymore.
F.
I think the 3DS just needs to die. When did it release?
The very first 3DS.
Yeah.
Like 2013.
2012 or something?
2013,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
It's a good like
It might have
8
been
years old.
2011.
7, 8 years old. No way.
Nintendo 3DS is a handheld game console produced by Nintendo. It is capable of displaying stereoscopic 3D effects without the use of 3D glasses or additional success. Nintendo announced the console in March 2010 and unveiled it at June 2015. The console's It released in North America on March 27th, 2011.
2011. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there have, of course, been, like, various models and, like, refreshes. And, I mean, if you have a 2011 3DS, it can't run, like, a 3DS game, say, for, like, 2017. Yeah. They've expected you to have upgraded past that point. So, yeah.
That's fair enough. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, move on. I mean, I'm not really too sure how gen consoles, like PS5 and whatever. Yeah. But I feel like Nintendo do their own thing anyway, so they're not really going to care.
Yeah. I think the original version of the 3DS is still the most slit looking out of all of them. To be honest.
Wait, isn't it just fat and gross?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad looking. Yeah.
I think that the 2DS is probably good.
That's disgusting. The 2DS?
No, there's a foldable one.
Is there? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wait, that's just a 3DS without the 3D?
Yeah. It's fantastic, right? That's like exactly what
okay, that's fantastic. Okay, that's my favorite, actually. Oh, I see it. The new Nintendo 2DS XL. Okay. Yeah, it's foldable. Sweet. Damn. God, there were so many iterations of this.
The worst naming. There was
the Nintendo 3DS, then the Nintendo 3DS XL, and then the new Nintendo 3DS, and then the new Nintendo 3DS XL.
That's so stupid.
Oh, good. What?
Good God.
It's like the Mario scheme. That's a great scheme for Mario.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Bad all around.
Yeah. Okay. Well, F in the chats for the 3DS. It is officially dead, I think, from this point forward.
Cool. Is that an F? Is that backwards?
Works fine.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Totally.
All right, so speaking of Japanese game developers, Kojima Productions, headed by the one and only Hideo Kojima, their long-awaited game. I say long-awaited; it's been about 4 years. Because I mean, he left Konami with all the drama that surrounded that, and within the same year, had founded his own studios under the banner of Sony, Kojima Productions. And so, yeah, their little pet project the past 4 years has been Death Stranding, which, we've kind of followed the development of the past, or at least I have personally, the past 4 years as more and more information has come out, going from, okay, what the hell is this game, back to, okay, maybe have a decent idea of what this game is, back to, what the hell is this game? And so, yeah, it doesn't release for another about 5 days or so, maybe 6 days or so. So November 7th is when it comes out. And, no, I'm sorry, that would put it November 8th, I think. Yeah, November 8th, thank you. But its embargo lifted November 1st. Or its review embargo. I don't believe we're going to be reviewing this title. But anyway, we're going to talk about the other...
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, all right. I will not cross it off the list yet then. Anyway, yeah, so a review embargo lifted, and, well, it's been polarizing to say, I guess. Okay, maybe not polarizing. Come to think, maybe not polarizing is the best word, because I look at, I just have Metacritic pulled up here. It's like there's 62, like, considered positive reviews, there's 11 considered mixed reviews and 1 inherently negative reviews. But there were certainly some very like mainstream, like I don't maybe not mainstream is the best term either, but it's just like bigger sources like
Bigger
IGN,
outlets.
bigger outlets like IGN that like just kind of railed the game.
Well, I gave it I believe I should give it a 6.8. So it's not...
6.0, as opposed to like another like larger outlet, like or as large outlet, like say GameStop or a GameSpot rather, or so, which gave it a 9, like 9.5 or so. So yeah, a little bit there, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is though, like you got main IGN which gave it a 6.8, and then you got like IGN Italy or wherever who gave it a 9.
Yeah, and it's just like IGN Japan gave it like a 9.8.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Like, which I guess kind of made sense just based on it's like it's like this game is definitely for some people, maybe not for others. Yeah, all right. So reading an excerpt from some of the reviews, Screen Rant gave it a perfect score, saying Death Stranding is dizzying, unshakable in its belief it is doing something worthwhile, and it's one of the most important games of this decade.
Wild.
Maybe okay. I mean, obviously,
have you guys watched any bits and parts? I know it's kind of out in a little bit, like here and there. You can watch a little bit. Have you seen any of the gameplay?
Just a little bit. I'm trying to keep myself as fresh as possible for it.
Okay. Yes, I won't go and ruin it for people, but it definitely, from what I've heard, like it seems very tedious at first, and there's some tedious stuff that may make it not so fun to play in the beginning.
Okay.
And like that opens up obviously.
Yeah.
But like, it's a lot of little things. Like it's like American Truck Simulator, but like in the post-apocalypse with like I saw a mission where you deliver a pizza like to somebody, like literally. Like,
is there a mission where you deliver a flash drive to somebody named Randy?
He has like flash drive on his neck that. So like,
ooh,
I'm sure
okay.
like yeah. Yeah,
getting spicy.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's really silly. Like, I'm still super looking forward to it. Like, like I said, the pizza mission. It was like you have to make sure the pizza is horizontal on your back, or else it takes damage if it's.
I mean, that made sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that made sense.
Yes,
yeah, like
it's
that. Yeah.
So dumb. Like at the same time, like, so, it's this. This is just a weird thing, and I think we expected it to be weird. And all over the place. I don't know. I have to wrap up. I have to get out of here.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of say my piece about what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being a space trucker and like, like, delivering pizzas and whatever. And I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I don't know anything about it and go into it. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You know. Is it good? I don't know.
Yeah, not until we play it.
We'll see.
Even after I play it, will I know? Probably
not. Yeah.
No. I've also heard is like I cannot recommend anyone play this game, but at the same time, you should see what this game is.
Yeah.
So like it's just weird. It's just all over the place. So
it's more of an experience than it is a game.
It's like an anomaly.
But it's also like 60 hours, I've heard.
That's a UFO, okay?
Yeah, so...
Wow.
It's a long game.
Of delivering pizza for 60 hours.
Dude.
While invisible black creatures try to hunt you down.
While you bloody your feet.
Yeah, and Norman Reedus hunts you down. Or not Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen hunts you down or something. Yeah,
yeah. That's also something I think
simulator.
I'm looking forward to is like the... I don't know if the story is going to be good, but maybe just the acting might be silly and over the top. That I might be into that as well.
Okay.
Everyone's crying, so whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Like,
it's all that matters. People are shattered.
People are crying and look stupid. I'm into it.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm gonna have to leave you guys a few minutes early. I have somewhere to be, so I apologize.
No worries. That's good.
So have a good the old fireside chat going on. Enjoy your evening.
Getting all romantic.
Right. Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming.
Right.
See you next time. I need to fix the overlay real quick.
No worries.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Okay. And
then... I don't actually know if I'm gonna get this, to be honest.
Death Stranding?
I don't...
Oh, are you scared?
Yeah, a little. I don't know. Like it looks cool from what I've seen, like trailers and whatever. But I'm worried about picking it up and then like playing it once and then being like
What
yeah,
the
I don't
hell?
like this. I don't want to go back to it.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's definitely an anomaly. It's definitely UFO, aliens confirmed.
Oh yeah, okay, for sure, for sure.
But I mean, I guess a sign of a good game is a sign of people being not knowing what it is. I guess I don't know what is gaming nowadays.
Right, right. I'm just
So,
failing at unlocking my stuff here. Here we go.
Well,
No, we're good. We're
are you
good.
using the 3 overlay or the 1 overlay?
I'm using the 3.
The 4 overlay.
I'm using the
Cool.
3.
Sean's stuff came in handy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But
Hold on, just
I don't know if I'll pick up like Jedi Fallen Order before this.
Oh, okay.
To be honest.
Well, I mean,
Depends, like, yeah.
Death Stranding comes out before Fallen Order.
True.
Yeah. All right.
True.
Anyway. Yeah. So and then I read some positive quotes there from outlets that gave it more or less a perfect score, and then I'm gonna go over here to the most negative score so far. Comes from a website called SteveViver.com, and this review was written by Steve Wright, who happens to be the owner of said website. Yep. Death Stranding
not,
review.
Like, egotistical at all, is it?
Dead
Having your name in
on
the title?
Revival, and I'll read the read the excerpt here. Death Stranding is an irredeemable piece of garbage that should serve as a warning to publishers who give developers carte blanche to create art.
What does that even mean?
It means it's just like the developers gave them like full creative control and everything, like reining it in. So it's, and I'll read the last paragraph from review. The problem with the Death Stranding is that Hideo Kojima has become wholly self-indulgent, making something I'm sure he considers a masterpiece. Death Stranding is anything but. With its head so far up its own ass, it's almost funny. It has 4 title cards in total, popping up as you play, and will roll 2 complete sets of credits before you've finished. It goes on, thinking, falsely, that you're enthralled in what's occurring. This is the type of project that Kojima insists to make. I suggest he move from games to TV shows or feature films. Being weird for the sake of weirdness isn't enough. While Kojima hopes to hit the same level of work as David Lynch or Sam Lake, he falls very short. Even if Death Stranding's narrative was good, and it's not, a game needs to have actual gameplay, which this doesn't. What you find within is abysmal, frustrating, tedious, and beyond repair. It is to be avoided at all costs, with a 3.5 out of 10 score.
Wow. It kind of sounds like he's got a chip in his shoulder.
Yeah?
Maybe,
Just
a little bit.
Maybe it's just a little bit of clickbait. I don't know. But I guess his sentiment has been echoed partially also. It's like, this is a very, I just would describe it as artsy game. It's very just like, it's different than any other video game you've probably played before, is the semblance I got from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do you think this is all fair? Like, it made sense that a lot of people are like, oh, this game is great. Other people are like, this is too weird. What is this?
I mean, the way if I'm going to review a game, okay, it comes down to, if you're giving a game a 3.5 out of 10, do they do it out of 10 or out of 5? Survivor.
Out of 10. Yeah.
Out of 10, yeah, sure. Or 35 out of 100, however you game. To get a score like that, it's got to have like game-breaking bugs. It's got to have like you can't do something there's no audio, like when you shoot a gun.
Sure, it's just like, just because you didn't necessarily like the game means you should change its score.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Exactly. Like, you can't, just because you don't like a game, it doesn't mean that it's a bad game. Like, it might have some really good elements in it, and I don't like the plot. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Okay.
No worries. Give it a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
But it's from the vastly different opinions of the game.
Yeah.
It sounds like people. It sounds like it's got a story to begin with.
Right.
It sounds like it's got a narrative. It sounds like it's, engaging / not engaging. It sounds like it's tedious / not tedious. Yeah. So it comes down to very opinionated, like some people might enjoy sports games or whatever.
Sure.
This guy who's reviewed it might not even like RPGs. So
yeah, maybe. Yeah. And then just
I wouldn't.
Or do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't so much go off reviews if you're going to buy this. That's because it sounds like you're not going to get an accurate depiction of what the game is. Yeah. So I would go out and buy it myself.
Okay. Okay. And then just balance things out, I'll read a couple of like what are considered mixed reviews. So these are all around the 70 mark. So like IGN 6.8 out of 10 or 68 out of 100. There's a fascinating fleshed out world of supernatural science fiction this is IGN US by the way, to enjoy across its sprawling and spectacular map. So it's a real shame that it's all been saddled on a gameplay backbone that struggles to adequately support its weight over the full course of the journey. I mean, that guy is just saying it's like, the gameplay isn't really great, which, okay, fair criticism in that case. Okay, and then Digital Trends gave it a 70 out of 100, or 7 out of 10, rather. And Death Stranding is the tree of life of video games. Some people will hail it as a technical narrative masterpiece that pushes the medium forward. Others will simply be bored to tears by the slow, repetitive gameplay. Both takes are valid. Death Stranding is a bold project that's sure to be as divisive as the political anxiety it's commenting on. It won't change the minds of Kojima detractors who think he should just make movies, but the game's thoughtful social components showcase why he still plays such a vital role in the games industry. I think that one sums it up probably the best.
So this is probably, Death Stranding is probably the first game in its class. It's probably a completely new genre in a sense, where no video game has ever done this. Done the mix of elements that it has. So to a lot of people it's probably a shock, it's a bad game, whatever. To a lot of people it's probably brilliant. So it's like art in a sense.
Right,
like
sure,
picture.
What's the saying? It's like it's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Exactly.
So I don't know. If you listen to the podcast,
play it.
and he's like regularly, you know how much of a fan of Kojima I am, and how much of a fan of his past work, and how interested I've been in Death Stranding. So I'll play it, and I'll make my own opinion about it. And I think people should probably do the same also.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right. So I think anything else to say about the Death Stranding?
Not really. However, I do have another little bit of news which I think you missed.
Oh.
So this is relating to Fallout 76, which is the ACCC thing.
Okay.
Have you heard about this at all?
No. I just pulled up the article though. Yeah, I did miss that. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so if you are not familiar with Australia / consumer rights / all that kind of stuff, we have a very not pro-consumer approach to, like, if I go out and buy a retail product, I am allowed to take it back if I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
All that kind of stuff. So the ACCC, which is the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, governs all that, and like if something goes to court, they basically rule over it.
Yeah.
So the ACCC calls in courts over Fallout 76 refunds. So if you've watched the Fall of 76, I think it's called.
Yeah, by Internet Historian on YouTube.
Yeah, the guy who does all that kind of covers this as well, like with the whole refund situation. So reading from the article here, the ACCC has issued a court-enforceable order compelling ZeniMax to provide refunds to frustrated Fallout fans. ZeniMax has acknowledged, so this is a quote, ZeniMax has acknowledged that they are likely to have misled certain Australian consumers about their rights to a refund when they experience faults with their Fallout 76 game. The ACCC Commissioner Sarah Court said the government agencies say that they received complaints from customers after ZeniMax representatives told them they were not entitled to a refund despite a variety of faults with the game, such as problems with the servers, lagging, graphics, and visual problems. As per the court order, the ACCC says ZeniMax may offer to provide refunds to consumers who contacted them before the 24th of November 2018 and the 1st of June 2019 to request a refund, assuming they have not already received one. When a consumer buys a product, it comes with automatic consumer guarantees, and retailers must ensure their refunds and return policies do not misrepresent what the Australian consumer law provides. When a consumer has purchased a product that has a fault which amounts to a major failure, the Australian consumer law provides them with the right to ask for their choice of either a repair, replacement, or refund. The ACCC also said that ZeniMax will be amending its customer service documents and scripts to better address and more accurately represent consumer guarantee rights under Australian consumer law. And yeah, that's basically it. If you own Fallout 76 and you want a refund, go get it. If you bought it in those times, 24th of November, 1st of June.
Okay.
Because, yeah, basically what they were doing was when you went and purchased the game, they were basically giving you a refund no matter what, even if you didn't like it. And then they just cut all refunds no matter if it was a service
I remember
issue
that
or
whole
game was
fiasco.
failing or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Well, okay.
Interesting stuff.
Thanks, Australia. Keeping Zenimax honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
At least you can rely on Australians for something.
Yeah. Well, as we said earlier in the show, if you want to play a Fallout-esque game, it seems like Outer Worlds does a decent job of scratching that itch.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you're a PC player, Game Pass is only $1. So
for your first month. Yeah, for the first month.
for your first month, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I've bought it previously for a month, and then it expired, and then I bought it again, and it was still $1. So I'm very confused there.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Microsoft don't pay attention to that. Keep it $1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else to say about life in general?
Not life in general. Not really, no.
All right. What games are coming out this next week then?
So not too much. Starting on November 4th, we have the Xbox Elite 2 controller, which I've got no idea what that is, but anyway, no worries.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC is coming November 5th.
Okay.
Planet Zoo is coming to PC on November 5th as well.
Yeah,
Everybody's favorite game, Garfield Kart Furious Racing, is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, also on November 5th. Conception Plus Maidens of the 12 Stars.
God, what? Is this the thing you sent me the other night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your favorite game. It's going to PC and PS4 on November 5th. Black Sad Under the Skin is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on November 5th as well. Just Dance 2020 is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and most importantly, Wii, as well as Stadia on November 5th.
God, imagine playing Just Dance with the input lag of Stadia. Oh, anyway.
Is Stadia out?
Actually, I think so. Hold on.
What?
No, it doesn't come out until November 19th. And how is just... Whatever.
Yeah. That's my question as well. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 is coming to Switch on November 5th as well.
Good hype.
A Year of Rain. Hey, what?
Nothing.
A Year of Rain Steam Early Access, obviously coming to PC on November 6th. Ritual Crown of Horns is going to PC and Switch on November 7th. Need for Speed Heat is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One on November 8th. I'm very confused. They haven't given you any details about that at all since the release stuff, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Death Stranding is going to be PS4 on November 8th and PC later sometime. New Super Lucky's Tale is going to Switch on November 8th as well. Disney Some Festival is going to Switch on November 8th. Jumanji, the video game, is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on November 8th as well. And Leighton's Mystery Journey, Catriella and the Millionaire's Conspiracy Deluxe Edition, that's a mouthful, is going to Switch on November 8th. And that's it for this week.
Okay. Okay. I am super interested in the Conception game. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sean, our graphic designer at the site, created a Japanese Nintendo account, and he downloaded Dead or Alive.
Oh, no.
Because there's now, like, hard region lock on the Switch. He's been playing that lately. It's been funny. Anyway.
Oh, dear. Do they have an English option, or what?
I have no idea.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. I know, like, the eShop is entirely in Japanese, though, so he just kind of, like, worked his way through the eShop until he tried to figure out what was going on. But, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so where can the good people find you on Twitter?
I'm at SameAntman19. I don't really tweet that much, but I do the site's social media, so your Instagram, Twitters, all that kind of stuff. So if you're wanting to get in contact with me, you can do so through those.
Okay. Awesome. Andrew didn't say his, but you can find him at Duronsky on Twitter. That is at DURONSKI. And talks about mostly beer and mostly video games. But yeah, pretty chill Twitter feed. Yeah, Yeah, and then you
The
can
two
find
most important things.
Yeah, and then you can find me at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. Tweet about tech, anime, video games, just kind of generally taking the piss out of some people, you know? Fun stuff, fun stuff. You know, asking game developers straight to their face why they fear the anime titty. Important topics.
Getting blocked.
Yeah, important topics to get covered here. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, so I think that'll about wrap it up for this week. Tune in next week when we'll, of course, recap what the gaming world has to offer, as long as we're all not caught by the Death Stranding. So,
yeah.
And hi, Chloe, in the back. Dog. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.